Oh my god. Robin, you'll never believe what just happened to me. I got engaged!
What? Seriously? You're right, I don't believe it. I mean, who would want to marry you?
My boyfriend. You know, Dean, the man I've been dating for the last 14 months.
Dean? As in millionaire Dean?
Well, yeah. Who else would I be talking about? Why are you so shocked that he's asked me to marry him?
Well, I mean, look at you and then look at me. Who would you rather marry? I know my answer, and a lot of men would say the same.
Well, Dean wouldn't. He loves me and I love him.
If you say so.
I do.
Okay then, geez. I'm just going to go if you're going to be so snappy and rude.
Yeah, sure. That's probably for the best. Allison, sweetie, I heard the news that you are engaged. How come you didn't tell me? Huh? How did you find out? I was hoping to tell you later this evening. That's why I called you and asked if you wanted to go to dinner. Well, Holly told me, of course. Honestly, I can't believe you didn't tell me yourself. Were you trying to hide it from me? I am your mother, you know. You really shouldn't keep things like this from me. I wasn't trying to keep anything from you. I was going to tell you tonight. I just wanted to make a nice occasion out of it. Yeah, as if. Holly told me that you were going to try and keep it to yourself. What? Well, I know now anyway, so that's that. Yeah, I guess it is. Well, we can still have that dinner. It would still be nice to see you and celebrate this, don't you reckon? Also, what do you think? I'm really excited for this and I can't wait for the wedding. I've already started looking at dresses online, lol. I just couldn't help myself. Of course, you'll be there to help me pick out my actual dress and everything. We'll make a day of it. Well, actually, about that, I think we need to talk. Huh? What about? I don't want you marrying Dean. What? You're joking, right? Of course I'm going to marry the man that I love. No, I'm not joking. You really can't marry him. Well, why not? Because your sister needs to marry him. What? Holly? Yes. Why on earth does she need to marry my fiancé, the man who I've been dating for ages now? Well, you might not know this, but your sister has fallen on some pretty difficult times lately, financially speaking, I mean. I think everyone knows that Holly has no money, Mom. She gambles it all away or spends it on alcohol or clothes or whatever. She has no idea how to be financially responsible at all. Don't talk about your sister like that. She's not irresponsible at all. It's everyone else's fault that she's down on her luck. She just needs some help is all. Is that what she told you? That's ridiculous. She's the one who has access to her money, so she's the only one who can spend it or whatever. It's what she spends it on that's the problem. Look, whatever the reason, Holly needs someone to help her out financially. And considering that Dean is a millionaire, he has plenty of money to support Holly. They would make quite a cute couple as well. So you need to tell Dean that you're not going to marry him and that Holly is going to take your place instead. No, that's just crazy. I'm not going to do that. I love Dean and I'm not going to just tell him that he has to marry Holly simply because you said so, Mom. Look, it is beyond your abilities to marry a millionaire. Hand over your fiancé or stop calling me Mom. Okay, Robin, are you good? Huh? Well, considering you just told me to stop calling you Mom if I wouldn't hand my fiancé over, then I guess I'll have to start calling you by your name, Robin. Are you serious? You're actually going to choose some man over your own mother? You're going to ruin our relationship simply because you're too selfish to just do what I say and let your sister have your fiancé? I'm the selfish one? You're the one who has told me that if I want to remain your daughter, then I have to give my little sister the man who I love. That is so selfish. I can't actually believe you would try and make me do something like that. You're supposed to be our mother. Both of ours. Which means that you don't demand that I leave my fiancé for my sister to have him. If she has financial troubles, then she needs to go to a bank or something and ask for help. Not try and steal the man I love simply because he happens to be a millionaire. Oh, please. As if he just happens to be a millionaire. The only reason you started dating him was because he was rich. Don't deny it. That is just so not true. I didn't even know he was rich until like 6 months into our relationship because he wanted to keep it quiet and see if I liked him simply for him, which I did. I couldn't care if he had millions of dollars or none at all. That's kind of the whole point of the for richer or poorer part of the vows in a wedding. Ugh, what kind of big sister are you if you're not even willing to help your baby sister out, huh? If she had come to me and asked for my help, I would have gladly given it to her. But getting you to demand that I give her my fiancé isn't helping her. It's enabling her because she won't learn or bother to become financially responsible. You and your financial responsibility. Give it a rest already. Nobody cares. Okay then, fine. But know this. I'm not giving up my fiance just because you and Holly want me to. It's not happening. And if you and Holly can't accept that, then don't bother coming to the wedding. Oh, we'll be at the wedding. Just you wait and see.
Allison, okay, you really need to stop playing around now and just hand Dean over to me. We can sort this all out. Me and Mom went and got me a wedding dress, so all I have to do is turn up as the bride in your place. You've been denying me what should clearly be my future husband for like 8 months now, ever since you first got engaged. It's not funny anymore. My debts have only gotten bigger, so I need to marry Dean.
That's not happening, Holly. You need to accept that.
Just stop being so mean. You know what? Fine. You want to play like that?
What are you on about now?
You thought you were so smart not giving me or Mom an invite to your wedding, didn't you? Well, we found out the date anyway. Ha!
What? When is it?
July 19th.
That's...
Speechless, aren't you? Well, you might want to keep an eye out because there'll be 2 brides at this wedding. Then we'll see just who Dean wants to marry.
You'd really do that to your older sister?
Yeah. I'm way more important than you. When will you get that through your thick head?
I see. Well then, I guess this is the end of us being sisters.
Huh?
I'm not going to be sisters with someone who so willingly wants to ruin my life. I have much better friends than you, who I consider more of a sister than I do you right now.
Fine then. Be like that. I don't want you as a sister anyway. I'll see you on your wedding day.
Uh-huh.
Allison? What's going on? Where is everyone? The guests, the bridesmaids and groomsmen, the groom? There's no one here. Allison!
Oh, it's you. Look, I'm trying to enjoy my honeymoon here, so if you could stop messaging me, that would be great.
Honeymoon? What? You need to be married to have a honeymoon.
Yeah, I am.
What? How is that possible? The wedding is today.
Actually, the wedding was 2 days ago.
But I was told it was today.
Uh-huh, I know. I told everyone to tell you or Mom that if you came snooping about, looking for the date.
Why would you do that?
Because I knew that you'd both try to ruin my special day if I didn't. You two are so caught up in yourselves and all of your selfish wants that you don't care who you hurt as long as you get what you want. I knew that if I didn't take some measures against you, then anything could happen, and I wasn't willing to risk that.
So you just let me turn up at a random place dressed in a stupid wedding dress? All so that you could, what, trick me? Do you know how embarrassed I was? It was like I was some sad loser who didn't even know that she didn't have a wedding going on.
I wasn't trying to trick you. I was trying to keep you away from my wedding and my new life. Although I bet it would have been funny to see you turn up and realize that no one was there, lol.
Ugh, I hate you.
I'm not too keen on you right now either. And because of that, I'm going to tell you once and only once. I don't want you messaging me anymore. I don't want any contact with you whatsoever. You and Mom are out of my life for good now.
What?
With how you two have treated me, I know that if I keep you in my life, all that's going to happen is that you'll keep badgering me for money or favors or whatever. I'm not going to let you ruin my life like that. Unless you both can be mature and act like proper adults who can take responsibility for themselves, then I want nothing to do with you.
But you can't do that. At least give me some money as compensation.
No. I don't have to give you anything. Maybe if you had just come to me and asked for my help, I could have done something to help you with your situation. But instead, you demanded that I leave my fiancé so that you could marry him. No proper sister would do that. Anyway, I'm going to go and enjoy my honeymoon. Goodbye, Holly. After that, I blocked my mom and sister from my contacts and social media. Me and Dean moved to a lovely place a few states over from my family, and we are both currently very happy with one another and how our lives are going. As for my sister, she has yet to find a millionaire to sucker her into marrying her so that she could take all of his money for herself. The last I heard, she had to arrange a special payment plan with the bank in order to start paying off all her debts. Whether or not that will help her become more financially responsible, I have no clue, but I can only hope it will lead to good outcomes. Sometimes in life, even though it might seem cruel or mean, you need to let those closest to you suffer the consequences of their actions so that they can learn and grow into a better version of themselves. If I had given my sister what she wanted, my fiancé, she would never learn the value of money and of spending within her means. She can't go through life expecting everyone else to deal with her problems. Hopefully, she learns this lesson and is able to move on with a better ability to look after herself financially.
Arnold, we need to talk.
What is it, Ruth?
Don't you know I'm working right now? If you need something, wait until I get back home or at least until lunch. Anyway, I need to get back to work. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, really? So, hanging out at a hotel with an 18-year-old coworker is what you consider work, is it? Interesting.
Excuse me?
Karen Bishop, 18. You know, the girl you hired to be your receptionist? And here I thought that you were just cheating on me during business hours under the guise of visiting customers. But good to know that you're just busy working.
Well, looks like you've caught me.
You weren't exactly trying to hide it, were you?
It wasn't that bad.
Sure. Anyway, I've submitted the divorce documents, just like I told you I would from the beginning.
What? How could you have submitted the documents already? I don't remember signing anything. You can't just do that without my consent.
Give me a break. Did you forget already?
Forget what?
I told you already. Back when I forgave you the first time, I said I wouldn't forgive you a second time.
I vaguely remember something like that.
I got all the documents ready ages ago. And I told you that I would submit them the very instant you cheated again.
Well, still, let's not do anything rash.
Did you think I would forget? Or that I would cool off with some time or something? Well, think again. I'm through with you. And you better believe I'll be taking you to the cleaners in court. Buckle up.
Ugh, are you kidding me? Now Karen dumped me too because of you. And my savings are wiped out. I'm probably even gonna be fired. Are you happy? Don't you even feel bad a little?
I like to think that I'm a nice enough person, but my heart isn't big enough to spare any sympathy for cheating dirtbags like you.
You can't just blame me. Maybe if you were able to get pregnant, this wouldn't have happened.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me?
We've been married 4 years, Ruth. 4 years and you still haven't gotten pregnant. What am I supposed to think except that you've got something wrong with you? My parents want to be able to hold their grandchild someday, before they kick the bucket, you know? And then Karen showed up, young and healthy.
Are you saying you were going to try and get that girl pregnant?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Good Lord. What is the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter with me. I'm taking my life seriously over here and I'm ready to be a father. Karen is young and she's got good hips. She wouldn't have had any trouble giving me a kid. But now she's gone too, all because of you.
Oh, right. You didn't tell her that you were married. She left you because she realized you're a lying piece of garbage, same as I did.
No, I was gonna tell her.
Oh, save it. And by the way, I'm sick to death of seeing your mopey sad sack face around my house. Find yourself a motel or a cabin or a tent or I don't care what. Just find something and get out and take all your crap with you. Like as soon as possible. I want you gone yesterday. Whoever heard of a disgraced ex just hanging around haunting the place like a ghost? God help me.
I'm sorry, what? I have no idea what you're smoking, but I'm not going anywhere. If anyone's gotta go, it's you.
Oh yeah?
Here I was wondering when you were planning to clean out. This was my house from the beginning. My parents bought it before I was even born. Any reasonable person would see that I'm the only one who has any right to be here.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course. I'm dead serious. Ah, I get it. Your parents moved to Canada. You've got nowhere to go, right? Aw, poor Ruth. Why didn't you just say so? Well, what should we do? I tell you what. I guess I can let you stay in the house if you get on your knees and beg me to put a baby in you. If you can give me a kid, I'll let you stay here as long as you want. Ah, but what am I thinking? You can't even have children. Instead, you're just like this curse I've been stuck with when all I want to do is give my parents a grandchild to play with like a proper adult. I guess what I'm trying to say is, get out of my house.
You know, actually, You're the one who doesn't have anywhere to go.
Oh yeah? How's that?
You remember the last time I caught you cheating? That was back when your parents were just about finished getting ready to move out to Kansas. Just 2 months before that, actually, if memory serves.
Okay. And your point is?
So, we had a chat back then about whose name should go on the deed. Unlike you, apparently, your parents actually felt bad about what you did, so they ended up putting the house in my name instead of yours.
What? Is that true?
Of course. Look for yourself.
Actually, you know what? I think I just remembered.
Oh, how convenient. Anyway, like I said, I want you out immediately.
But I've lived in this house my whole life. I grew up here.
Wait, are you crying? Is that sobbing I hear coming from your room?
No! I just hit my knee on something! I'm not crying! I just don't understand how this could happen.
What do you mean? You brought all of this on yourself.
Hey, Ruth! It's me, Arnie.
Oh,
I can't believe it's already been 3 whole years.
I can't believe I forgot to block you. Bye!
Wait, hold on. Why didn't you tell me that we have a kid?
What? We don't.
You're sticking with that story, huh? I saw you. You were holding a little girl around 2 years old and she called you Mom. If she's about 2, that means she would have been conceived right around the time that we split up, right?
I think you must have seen someone else. I don't have a 2-year-old kid.
Yeah, sure you don't. So, what do you say? Let's get remarried.
Are you out of your mind?
Come on. I know it must be tough being a single mother.
I'm sure it is, but I don't have a kid, so I wouldn't know personally. Plus, I'm married.
Oh, you mean you still consider us married? I guess that works out just the same.
What? Gross! No!
Anyway, I'll head over to the house right away. See you soon.
What? No, don't come to my house! There's absolutely no way I would ever get back together with you!
Honey, I'm home. I've been ringing the doorbell for like 5 minutes. Open the door. The lights are on so I know you're home.
Oh God. Did you actually come?
Of course! We shouldn't waste any time getting things going again.
I told you not to come here, you psycho! Although, come to think of it, the doorbell hasn't rung at all.
Yes it has. I can hear it from outside. It's definitely ringing. I wonder if your excitement for our big reunion has struck you completely senseless. Or don't tell me, you're so flustered with excitement that you can't even come to the door? What's happened to you? You've gotten so cute these past 3 years. Oh man, tonight is going to be something else. I can feel it.
Please keep your disgusting fantasies to yourself. Anyway, the doorbell hasn't rung at all, and my husband just checked the front porch, and there's no one there.
Huh? Husband?
I told you before, you freak! I'm already married!
What the heck? Are you telling me that you let some other guy into your home to live with my child? You really need to think this through, honey. If you do that, our kid can never know what it feels like to be hugged by both of her parents at the same time. You need to divorce him right away.
I told you, we don't have a kid together!
You can't lie to me. I told you already, I saw you with her.
Okay, hold on a second.
Why?
I just got a message from my sister. It looks like an emergency.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Finally! What the heck were you doing?
Hey, idiot! Are you at the house we lived in when we were married?
Of course. Where else would I be? You still live there, don't you?
No. Your brother lives there with his wife, dummy.
What? Chris?
Wow. Oh, so you really haven't talked with your brother at all since he graduated high school and left home?
Of course not. He stole a bunch of stuff from the house to sell for drugs or something and disappeared in the middle of the night.
Whatever, I don't actually care. Right after we got divorced, he showed up at the house saying that he had been to rehab and had straightened his life out.
Okay.
There's more. He just so happened to also be engaged to Caroline.
Your sister? How did that happen?
I guess he just happened to get hired at the same company as her. They hit it off and started talking and hanging out without realizing the two of us had been married. Of course, they figured it out eventually.
Weird.
Anyway, Caroline ended up getting pregnant around when we got divorced. And my company arranged for me to transfer to a different location. So anyway, we got to talking and I ended up renting them the house after I moved. So the two of them have been living there ever since.
So, wait. What you're saying is...
Yeah, that was Caroline that you saw. Not me. And the kid that she had is your, well, I guess both of our niece. Because our siblings are married to each other.
So that means that the people inside the house I'm at are... Chris and Caroline?
Well, Caroline at least. It seems your brother is on his way home from work.
Oh, I see. I guess that's lucky at least. All I really remember about Chris is that he was really scary. I don't really want to see him.
By the way, they know all about why we got divorced already. And I already told Caroline what is going on and who it is standing outside her house ringing the doorbell repeatedly and scaring her kid. And she told Chris. So it sounds like he's on his way home as fast as he can.
Oh crap.
I would guess he should be there any second now.
Oh crap, he's gonna kill me!
Get away from the house first. Well, at least it's insured.
Ruth, help me!
What do you want now?
I'm so screwed right now.
Yeah, your whole life is screwed. I'm surprised you still have time to bother me.
Wait, what do you know?
Your brother told me what you said to him yesterday. You started stalking that Karen girl after I divorced you and she dumped you. And then she eventually started dating someone else and they eventually got married. And then you crashed the wedding drunk and caused a big scene. Apparently you owe about $10,000 in damages. And that's just in fines and wedding fees and whatever else that the judge ordered you to pay. Nice going.
Ugh. I can't believe he told you all that. That was private.
Of course he told me. You've caused so much trouble in my life already, I deserve to know.
Well, if you know all about it anyway, then I don't need to explain anything. You've got to help me.
Why should I?
How about because it's a woman's job to support her husband? Or what about just common decency?
I've told you several times that you aren't my husband. I'm married to someone else. And don't make me puke talking about decency. I'm doing enough of that already, and I need to be extra careful with my condition right now. It's a delicate time.
Huh?
I'm going to have a baby.
Huh?
With my husband Peter, of course.
Hold on. I thought you couldn't have children.
No one ever said that except you, because you're a piece of crap.
But wait. How come you never got pregnant then if you're able? We were married for 4 years.
Well, it's true I never got pregnant.
See, I knew it. So you admit that you're lying.
Why don't you ask your brother if I'm lying? He's with you now, isn't he? He's known that I'm pregnant for weeks now.
Hold on. He says it's been about 10 weeks.
That's right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I had tons of examinations and fertility tests while we were married. They all came back totally okay. I'm perfectly fertile.
So, what was the deal then? Were you avoiding it back when we were married?
I wasn't avoiding it. Why don't you think about that for a bit and figure out for yourself what the deal was? Anyway, enough about that. Chris told me that you're going to start working at his old construction company tomorrow.
Ugh, he told you that too?
Apparently, you can't stalk someone properly while also holding down a proper job. But now that you're done stalking and have a debt to society to repay, you can finally get back to the workforce. Good for you!
Hey, it's nothing to laugh at. That place is no joke. Apparently, that's where he worked when he was living in a halfway house and getting straight. He says the work beat all his vices out of him. I seriously don't know how long I can last somewhere like that.
I have no idea what you expect me to do about it.
Come on!
Anyway, I ought to get going. Stress isn't good for the baby.
Please wait! Don't go!
Good luck with all that, Arnold.
No! Hold on! Please don't abandon me!
I had never heard of the company that Arnold went to work for, but apparently the name is pretty well known among those in the industry. And my brother-in-law seemed confident that if we left Arnold there, they could probably make something useful out of him, which put me at ease. It's also really far away from my current house, which puts me even more at ease. At this point in my life, it's best not to have any shred of stress if I can help it. Arnold was packed up into a black wagon and carted off to some kind of dorm or something for the term of his employment. I heard he was kicking and screaming the whole way there. But I guess he piped down at least a little as soon as the van finally pulled up to the worksite. By all accounts, he's got a fairly difficult life out there, surrounded by all his hardened new co-workers. But he's still surviving and paying off his debts little by little each month. We can still only just hope that he'll leave the company as a decent human being.